And we're back.
Oh, definitely. We're gonna, touch on Division II, Mighty Mites, real quick.
Absolutely.
But that's another division that up and coming kids over there too.
Well, I'll say this: one of the teams that you look at in the Mighty Mite division, to me, that jumps out to me is the Jets of Harlem. No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Oh no, definitely. Jamel is having a phenomenal time up there in Harlem. The young kid Torres. I'm sorry,
Torres
had a very, very, very good game.
Right.
And just to show they beat up on the Co-op City Cowboys.
Very interesting. Co-op City Cowboys went to the AFC Conference Finals last year in D2, and the Jets are beating up on them. There's bad things going on in Harlem.
Well, I know there's a lot of prestige going up there in Harlem. I mean, I've even heard that they've infiltrated Brooklyn.
Wow.
You got kids coming from Brooklyn going to Harlem.
But we're going to stop that.
Oh, no, definitely.
We have to stop that, Jamel. But now we also look at one of my favorite teams, the Wildcards. They beat the Mariners in a squeaker 21 to 20, and they have some good players on that team also. They have a young man by the name of Jalen Colon, and I think that he's doing a great job. He had a great day, and if you look at the website Big Apple Football, you're going to see some of the top performers on the weekend. And that's kid from the Wildcards. Again, Wildcards, they pull it out 21 to 20 over the Mariners.
Well, one of the teams that I definitely know, they're not a sleeper. They are a giant over there in Division II, Mighty Mites, and that's the Brooklyn Panthers.
Really?
They also took a hit far as when it came to certification, but they have a strong Panther Mighty Mite team over there with Wally Wallace leading the pack over there.
Right.
I mean, great job the coaches are doing with those kids over there.
Well, you know what? The Panthers win the game 13-7 this weekend against the Crusaders, and again, the Crusaders doing that well with a great Panther organization can also smell trouble out at the end with the Crusaders and Panthers maybe meeting each other in the Super Bowl mixed in with the Jets. So you got to watch out for that Panther program.
Oh, no doubt. I mean, the Panther program, Mighty Mites, they have a passing game that is looking better than some Pee-wee passing games.
Well, speaking of that, let's look at the Junior Pee-wee division. The Junior Pee-wees, I'm looking at some of the scores around the league. You look at the Brooklyn Tomahawks in Division II, beating up on the Hornets 27-7. What's going on down in Brooklyn?
Well, you can't underestimate the Tomahawks. You got to remember last year they did take 3 teams to Florida?
Absolutely.
Junior Pee-wees, and Junior Midgets.
Junior Midgets.
If I'm not mistaken.
That's absolutely right.
So some of those returning veterans.
Wasn't it a national champion?
We'll get to that later on in the season. Why, yes, they were.
Right. I mean, so again, Coach Darryl Ramsey doing what he does best. Very quiet storm, does what he has to do, gets in and out. And hey, I don't think we're going to be throwing a lot of Tomahawk jerseys off the stage this year. What do you think?
I don't think so either.
Well, this definitely, you're looking at the Brooklyn Tomahawks down in that division, and I think when you're talking about the Brooklyn Tomahawks, another program that comes out and strikes me in that division also, the Mariners beating up on the Wildcards 41-0 this weekend on the Junior Pee-wee level.
No. Say that again?
41-0.
Coach Sean, what's going on over there?
Coach Sean is trying to make a rebound. He had a tough year last year in Division II, and I'll tell you one, in Division I last year, Coach Sean had a tough time. He shifted over to Division II. It seems like he's getting his troops together, and he's getting ready this year.
There's another Division I team that shifted over to Division II to pick up some weight and everything. I see the Brooklyn Titans beat up on downtown Giants 33-0.
Wow. Well, welcome back, Giants. But I guess the Giants are not Giants. They are actually midgets this week because the Brooklyn Titans are actually making a name for themselves again. Coach Bill doing an outstanding job, and he's also still beating the drum for that Titan pride.
I mean, as I look at the teleport, there was a lot of zeros out there in the Junior Pee-wee division. A lot of zeros out there. The Hurricanes beat up on the Bulldogs 30-0.
30-0. That's just not fair.
That's not fair.
I gotta call Coach Sam Barnes and tell him when they throw in the towel, Coach Barnes,
you pick it up.
You pick it up.
But don't act like you didn't see it.
Right. I think the towel was down on the ground and they just continue to score. To keep it stuck in the ignition. That's what I would always say.
Then you have the Chiefs beating up on the Warriors 19-0.
19-0. I thought the Warriors coach Raheem and the group told me they was going to win on every level and that they was going to take over Brooklyn. Okay, so Coach
Then
Justice.
You also have the Renegades beating up on the Ravens.
That was absurd.
I remember when we used to have a word called ugly.
Yes.
It was past ugly.
Absolutely. I was a little bit surprised, to be very honest with you, because the Ravens have a good program. Kids line up well. But again, when you're talking about division, when you're talking about early in the season, when we talk about all the time the Springfield Rifles, we talk about the Ravens. You want to get to those programs early in the year, because when you play Springfield and Ravens during the months of November and in October late, that's a different team.
And what amazes me about this score here is I happened to be out the week before that watching the Hurricanes play the Ravens. And I gave the Ravens a lot of respect, you know. Not that I lost any respect for them, but like I said, I see them in October or you know, and that's when I don't want to see them.
Absolutely.
But for this shellacking 32-0 this week after having a fine fought game against the Hurricanes.
Yes.
I don't know, maybe
shocking. But
sometimes, yo.
But you know who was leading the charge last week? In Little Mel. Remember Little Mel? Mel versus
From the
Mel.
Mighty Mice, Mel versus Mel Super Bowl.
Absolutely. Mel scored 3 times last weekend. And like I said, again, you're looking at Mount Vernon also rounding out that pack in the AFC conference. Again, I like Mount Vernon. Tough. And they beat the Yonkers Gladiators this weekend.
Well, you know, one thing, you know, being a junior Pee Wee coach and being in that division for a few minutes now, there's always some good games going on, good teams, hard-fought division. You know, nothing is etched in stone in a junior Pee Wee.
Well, it never is. Nothing's ever etched in stone in Big Apple, because I'll tell you again, one of the toughest things to do in Big Apple is win the championship. And speaking of championships, we'll be back after these messages as we go to the Q Boogie Sports Show. And he's going to give us our updates on college football, the NFL, and some more Big Apple stuff.
Hello everybody, and welcome to the Q Boogie Sports Show. Today we're going to talk about some NFL action that's going on this week. The New York Giants are going to visit the Washington Redskins. And I think they're gonna pull out this game because their rush defense and their pass defense is very, very talented. So I think that Clint Porter's gonna have a bad day. Santana Moss, even though he's in my fantasy, he's gonna have a bad day. And I think that Jason Campbell's gonna have a bad day. So good luck to the Giants. I'm pulling out for you. Now the Jets, I don't know who they're going to play because I'm not a Jet fan. So, I don't know. But I don't think they're going to win because I know there's some history about rookie quarterbacks. Like last year, Matt Ryan being a quarterback, put his team in the playoffs. And Joe Flacco. But I don't think that Mark Sanchez is that much of that type of player. Because Mark Sanchez only played one starting year, so I don't think he's going to be a great quarterback this year. My top game of the week is the Steelers and the Titans, coming on Thursday at 8 o'clock on Channel 4. So I think that the Steelers are going to win this game because they're defending champions and they have a great defense. I think the offense are going to struggle a little, but in the second half, I think they're going to do better. They're going to be good. I think that the Titans are going to lose because their running game is strong, but their passing game is weak. So I think that the Steelers are going to pull out this game. So, I'm not sure about this week's upsets. There's no upsets that I see. Maybe Buffalo versus, maybe the Patriots and Buffalo. That's probably an upset. The Buffalo might win that game. Maybe. If Terrell Owens has a big day and they give him the ball a lot, if the Patriots corners cannot stop him, Terrell Owens and the Bills might get an upset. But other than that, there's no upsets this week in week 1 of the NFL football season.